Hey guys, wanted to make a video bringing attention to an issue that I've been having with City Skylines 2 that I believe is going to affect a lot of other players, especially when you get to higher populations, and that is the simulation speed. So I'm going to show you guys a few examples here. I have my backup of 150K loaded right now, and I'm just going to let that run for a little bit, and you'll see that traffic is moving seamlessly. It's not jumpy. There isn't too much lag. If I hit 2, it boosts it a little bit. Simulation speed increases as it should. Put it up to 3, you'll see there's a little bit of an increase. It took a second there, but you see that there is a difference between slowing it down to 1 and then boosting it up a little bit to 2. Again, you start to see a little bit of throttling, but at least that there's a slight difference. So in comparison to that, I'm going to load my 219K and you're going to see a significant difference. Okay, so I have my 219K file loaded up and we're going to let this run right about the same stretch of freeway that I was showing in the last example. And you'll see that 1X is off to a pretty bad start. If I go and hit 2, you're not really seeing much of an increase. And then if I hit 3, you get this little jump of it like batching whatever it had before and kind of sending it through. But 3X and 1X, there's not much of a difference. If you pause the game, it's going to give your CPU a little bit of time to breathe, and the CPU load will go down significantly. For me, it goes down from about 80% to 30%, and then if you unpause it, you'll get this little burst of it being able to process things for just a little bit, and then it goes back to this snail's pace. So again, you could put it on 2. That's on 2. You may have not even noticed a change. And then we'll put it on 3. And, at some points we have just total stoppage in simulation. So it's not good. I'm having not a good time with this because I didn't realize how bad of a drop off it was going to be this is between 150K and 219K. So it doesn't send a lot of good signs because all I can think to myself is, okay, well, if I keep growing my city, this is just going to get worse. Now, my system's running a Ryzen 9 5900X along with a NVIDIA 3060 and 64 gigabytes of RAM. So it's a decent system. It's not the highest end of both of the series of the Ryzen and NVIDIA card, but to see this at 219K is really upsetting because this isn't how it should be. The train is one of the best examples. I was trying to follow my train from station to station, and it's just not fun because even on 3X, your train is moving at a snail's pace. I mean, look at it and the freeway. That's crazy. So this is my first town, and it looks like it may be my last until they find some way to limit the amount of agents, because from what I'm reading, there's no limit as there was in City Skylines 2. I guess there was like a 70,000 agent limit. And I guess agent means any instance of a citizen moving around or a car moving. Something like that. There's something for your processor, your CPU to have to process. And now I'm just overloaded already. So that's really sad to see. I mean, you can see this interchange I have here. You would think that I have the speed limit set to 25 miles per hour, but that's not the case at all. These are all freeway interchanges and exits and whatnot. These cars could go 70. I guess they're trying to go 70 in the simulation speed, but it's just not working out. So following a car is not really fun because you don't feel like you're zooming down the freeway, and then there's this choppiness, and then sometimes simulation speed just freezes up at some points. And I want to show City Skylines 1 just as a comparison. I understand that City Skylines 2 is built differently, runs a lot differently, and the agent limit that I just explained. This is a 215K town that I was working on before City Skylines 2 came out, and if I just let this run on max sim speed, you can see even at a higher population, at least the cars run seamlessly. There's maybe a little bit of jumpiness here and there, but there's a clear difference between 1, 2, maybe not between 2 and 3. I'm getting throttled a little bit, but there's not this sluggish feeling to watching a car. See, if I follow this car, it's not the same thing. At least I feel like I'm cruising down the freeway. outside of traffic. You know, you follow someone who has completely free lane, doesn't feel like anything's throttling the simulation speed. I've been pretty tolerable of all the missing features and all the bugs of City Skylines 2, but knowing that I can't grow my city any larger than it is right now without having to fine-tune things or just start a new city altogether to enjoy City Skylines 2 even more and wait for this to be fixed is a terrible feeling, because I was really looking forward to the game. If you guys have seen some of the other videos on my channel, I was trying to make content for City Skylines 2. It's not that I can't, but it's not very motivating to go, oh, well, let's build a city just to stop at 300K and then start a new one because I can't grow it. I want to grow a large city. That's the whole point of City Skylines 2, is we had, you know, access to much larger maps, much more tiles, like thousands of tiles. And I just don't see how that's going to work if we can't at least limit the agents. I'm not so concerned about every single citizen in my town running around if I have 1 million citizens. I just want to see enough that my brain tingles and go, oh, look, you know, I have citizens moving around. I'm not concerned about every single task in the city being complete. Anyway, before I rant too much and repeat myself, I think I made my point pretty clear. I really hope that the developers address this issue above most things, because like I said, I think something that throttles anybody from building a town any larger than about 200 to 300K on the hardware that I have is not good, because I don't have the most expensive rig in the world, but it definitely wasn't cheap to build what I have. You know, I build my own PC. I clean it out, I make sure to test it, so it's really sad to feel like I prepared for this just to have my game throttled by just scraping the surface of a really big town. So anyway, I think I made my point. Thank you guys for watching this video and any support on this topic and spreading the word of it. That's about it for this video, and peace out.